New York State's private and religious schools will be subject to new rules. The Board of Regents voting on the changes today, which are meant to ensure that they are held to similar academic standards as public schools. Sharon Crowley here now to break down what will be different and why not everyone is happy about it. Sharon.
That's right, Steve. This is a really emotional issue for many yeshiva schools who don't want to see their religious education compromised. However, the state regulators say oversight is needed to make sure that public and private school students are reaching the same academic milestones.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for approval?
Aye.
The New York Board of Regents approving new rules, now tightening regulation over private schools across the state. All 1,800 private schools now must offer an education that is equivalent to public schools.
We're concerned about government intruding to this level and telling parents what they should or shouldn't be doing.
These regulations have faced fierce backlash from those serving the state's Hasidic Jewish community, who argue it's an infringement on their right to a religious education. Many of these yeshiva schools in the city are located in neighborhoods in Brooklyn.
We have a system that worked well for over 100 years.
The decision means every school, public or private, has to give a substantially equivalent education in math, reading, writing, science, and history. Schools can have religious classes, of course, but they must also make sure students develop basic skills. It's a move New York State Assembly member Charles Levine supports.
We need to make sure that all of our kids are able to function in the 21st century.
The Board of Regents vote coming after the New York Times did an investigative report showing Hasidic school students falling significantly behind their public school peers, and further that these private religious schools accepted a significant amount of public money. In 2015, then Mayor de Blasio began to look into how Hasidic students were being educated. His probe, though, put on hold during the pandemic. Mayor Eric Adams now vowing to pick it back up.
But we also must make sure that our children are in safe environments. We must make sure that our children are getting the basic education they need so they can be productive citizens.
So these private schools will need to begin complying with the academic standards starting next school year, next September. Schools that fail to do so could risk losing state funding, Steve.
Very well. All right. Thanks, Sharon.